So everybody's been doing these new fragrance, whatever videos where they're discussing fragrances that are coming up and coming. I said instead of doing that in the same vein, at least not describing the same fragrance as everybody else's, I figured I'd touch on two that I am very excited about, probably more so than any of the other ones that have already been discussed. And these are both by the house of Parfums De Marly. One of them is a male fragrance release, and the other is a female. Now, the male's fragrance release, we have not really had a whole lot of information yet, so I will discuss that first. This was actually discussed in Fragrance Marketplace and one of the groups. According to this source, the name apparently is Aldar. It's Alydar, which is the name of a famous racehorse. Not surprising, given that Parfums de Marly is generally all based on horses. This horse, I guess, was eventually murdered. I don't know too much about it, but I looked into it briefly. But it was a famous racehorse. The bottle is this purple color. Of course, it's all, kind of whatever, blurred out, but you can see it's this purplish kind of color to it. Looks like the normal men's line does. So who knows what's going to be in that? The purple color kind of makes me wonder if it's going to be plum, potentially grape, or if it's just purple in general. Maybe it's going to have some sort of kind of purity to it. I will look up real quick the name just to kind of, maybe it'll give us some more kind of insight into potentially what this will be representative of. It says Aldar was an American thoroughbred racehorse and sire, a chestnut colt. He was most famous for finishing a close second to Affirmed in all three races of the 1978 Triple Crown. So it says that death, look at why was Aldar murdered? If you search it, that comes up. It says death, financial fraud, and plenty of conspiracy theories. Aldar running neck and neck with his rival, Affirm, at one of the 1978 Triple Crown races. In 1990, Aldar was euthanized at his home under suspicious circumstances surrounding the financial collapse of its owner. So, who knows what really happened? And again, it doesn't really help us a whole lot as far as what the potential note breakdown might be. Again, though, it is this kind of light purple color. So it could just be something that's supposed to be kind of like, purity or rich. It makes me think, given that it's a light purple, that it's going to be more of a fresh fragrance instead of a heavy, oriental style fragrance. Most of their heavier fragrances are in darker bottles. But it could be, it does kind of have this purple metallic vibe. So it could be something kind of like maybe a Pegasus style. I don't know. Who knows? It's all speculation now. I'm excited about that because I love the house Parfums de Marly. Very rarely do I think they miss on a fragrance. The other one is from the females line. This one we have more information on. This was posted on iFragrance. It is called Valaya, Valaya. It is in a white bottle. Again, looks like the normal women's line. We do have some description on the top notes: bergamot, mandarin, and peach. Heart is orange blossom, lily of the valley. Floral notes and vetiver, and base is woods, ambergris, vanilla, and musk. I'm very excited about this. So if you go on iFragrance and read the description on this, it talks about having this very clean, cotton-like sort of, makeup, that it's supposed to be something that is loud, but not like a super hard projector. So what I got from that is it's going to have longevity, but not be a very loud in the projection department. It's going to be something that's clean, sits closer to the skin, but at the same time, smells very good, very clean, very inoffensive. Certainly sounds like it's going to be mass appealing. I'm going to go ahead and pull up that just so I can read it to you all now. I'm excited for both of these. I love their women's line as well. I think the whole Delana line is amazing. I think Meliora is amazing. I think Cassiel is pretty good. Parfums de Marly just, in my opinion, very rarely misses. There's been some that have been, in my opinion, less exciting than some others, but none of them are, in any stretch of the imagination, what I would consider bad. I'm not seeing it on here now. It was definitely on here earlier. I'm on my phone. It's kind of harder to search on here. So let me try one more time. But yeah, these are two that I am actually very excited about, way more than, a million. Here we go. Another flanker of another fragrance or anything like that. To me, these are way more exciting. So it says a luminous aura and at the same time an intangible softness, like the scent of fresh cotton. It says Valaya unfolds essential fragrance, nuance dedicated to the power of femininity, beyond the artificial and beyond time. It awakens an intimate feeling, a universal emotion, a deep breath of mindfulness. Its formula evokes the delicate and pure skin of a woman in all of its beauty. One of the biggest challenges was to create a fragrance that is fresh and delicate, but at the same time very powerful and expressive. So again, to me, it's going to be fresh. It's going to be obviously like a softer, mass appealing fragrance, but it's going to hang around. Valaya is reminiscent of a feel of cotton against the skin, a cocoon-like perfume that is sensual and elegant at the same time, a white perfume full of contrast that is delicate yet incredibly alluring. Again, this kind of also makes me think of something more of like, you know, I don't really know. I'm kind of torn on this because it sounds like it's going to be almost like a very close to the skin sort of fruity, fresh fragrance. There's nothing out here that really kind of pops out a whole lot. So I don't know. Again, I think it's going to be a safer fragrance, but I love the fruity fragrances that Parfums De Marly puts out, specifically Meliora. So I hope it is like that. All the notes sound amazing, so we'll have to look and see. But anyway, those two I'm very excited about. Other ones that have also been, mentioned, I think the Invictus Victory Elixir sounds good. To be honest with you, the rest of them I'm not really that excited about. I think they either are fragrances I don't care about or just sound very redundant. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these the most. Parfums De Marly very rarely misses. So I'd like to hear what your all thoughts of what the new men's fragrance might potentially be. Again, purple, I don't know. Who knows? I think it's going to be different than the rest in a good way. Very excited about that. I hope it's not a, I like Haultain a lot, don't get me wrong, but it is essentially an issue for greatness, just smoother and, in my opinion, slightly better. I'm hoping this is truly more original, something along the lines of Leighton, or Oagen or Herod, where they all kind of do something a little different. They're not really, or even Greenlee, they got a lot of ones that really aren't clones. Percival and I think, Percival and Haultain to me are very much inspired by Fierce and I guess Initio, and I hope this does kind of its own thing.